All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the GetGrowing weekly work session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley. Today we are joined by founders Greg and Amanda Kilwine. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. We also have our team, Colin, Julie, and Jess here. Hey, guys. Colin actually has I think the youngest member of the GetOiling family here. If
For now, at the rate that this team keeps popping out babies, I mean, someone else could take that lead soon.
Julie and I are like, oh no, we're done. Yeah, baby fever here regardless. We also have a guest here today, Andrea. We're going to have her come out and speak and share with us some of her success stories in using the shopping platform today. I'm going to switch over to slide view just to go through a little bit because, guys, we have a couple of really exciting announcements that we want to make ahead of the content for today's call. So team, if we could go ahead and just turn our videos off real quick so that we could have better sort of recording integrity here, we will get down to business. So yeah, I'm really excited to be chatting with you guys here today. We got a lot of exciting stuff to share. This is just a really good time to be sharing Young Living. And if you feel that way right now, if you're getting excited, especially after this past weekend, if you're hearing some of the buzz come around, how many of you are excited to get started sharing again? Or maybe you're already sharing and you're excited now. You should be. We're going to talk about why on our call today. So here's what's happening. First, we've got an exciting announcement too, technically. We're going to talk about some shopping platform success stories with our special guest. We're going to do some member website reviews. Just a quick heads up, if you're here right now live, we do have space. If you would like to have your website reviewed today or any work that you're doing or you want to work one-on-one, please go ahead and put something in the Q&A for us to see. And of course, we'll have Q&A and support for everyone who's here, no matter what your question might be today. So if you came here looking for help today, you're in the right place. Go ahead and head over to the Q&A and add your questions so that we can chat and we can help you with whatever you're working on in our system. Or if you're thinking about getting started with GetOiling and you're not sure where to start, we can work together and answer your questions and get things figured out for you today so you know where to get the ball rolling to grow your business. All right. So if you want to, if you're watching this in the future, hi. If you want to join us on one of these live calls and work together with us, you can go to getoiling.com/weekly work session to join the list. This is totally free and open to anyone who is growing and sharing Young Living. We are for all Team YL, and this is a free thing that we do every single week. And we don't just talk about how to use our platform. We really just talk about the stuff that helps you to grow your business in any number of different ways. Now, I'm just jumping straight into the announcement here. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Two exciting announcements. I thought I put a slide ahead of this. First, guys, we offer, and we have for a little while now, but it's really just been, for people who have shown up and said, hey, could you help with this? We now offer custom websites, and you can get started with that at getoiling.com/custom site. Now, I am going to be able to show you, our team's going to be able to show you a couple of examples of what some custom sites that Jess on our team has built. We're going to show you what those can look like, but I think I think we're going to chat a little bit today, right? Jess, if you want to maybe come out and let's talk about sort of what this entails and how people can get started working with you.
Yeah, I like Ashley just said, we have been building for a while. I just wasn't advertising just because I was getting ready to leave on maternity leave and didn't want to leave everyone hanging. So, but now that I'm back, we are offering it, and we wanted to make sure everyone knew that we do offer custom websites. So like if you want a custom website, but you don't want to you don't have the time or you don't want to really learn the platform, and so you just want to hand it to someone, I am definitely there and willing to do it. I did go and I went and got my major in art and minor in graphic design. So I like making things pretty. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm going to see if yes. And we'll share. So if you go, like Ashley just had there, getoiling.com/custom site. This is a website that gives you all of the details about how you can work with me, what a branded website will do for you. There's a whole bunch of information, kind of, selling myself. And if you kind of come to the bottom, you'll see that there's 3 easy steps. What you're going to do is you're going to apply for a call. If you click on this button, or there's several buttons throughout the site, you will go to a questionnaire. The questionnaire is not a whole lot. It's just basically me getting to know you. So I know exactly what you're looking for and how I can best serve you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of the custom build packages that I have down here. And then you're basically going to step aside. We'll obviously have emails back and forth, some video calls back and forth, and I will build it. And then once it's built, you'll be able to take your website and start sharing it and see all of the people coming in, the clients coming in and enjoying your beautifully custom website. So we do have several different packages. I do not have prices on my website because I want to talk to you first. It always depends on how big your site is versus like how small it is. So I have different packages, and price range will definitely vary. Every call that you do with me, like when you do the questionnaire and I set up a one-on-one, those are free. So you definitely can talk to me for free. We'll talk about your custom built package, and then I'll send you a quote, and then we go from there. So again, don't let it scare you. Price wise, we'll talk, we'll figure out the best package for you, and we'll go from there. So again, all of these Let's Chat takes you to a questionnaire. I will try to reply within 24 to 48 hours after you submit your email or your questionnaire. And yeah, and then once you go to the bottom, again, a little bit about me. And then when you go to the bottom, there are a couple of custom built templates that I have designed. So basically this gives you your homepage and about page. And also we do have some themed pages and I'll show you how that looks. If you come down here and click on this, like we'll just go to the simple yet effective one. And it's going to take us to one of the home pages. I'm sorry, I am in a, oops, that didn't work. I am in a car. I had to bring my mom to a doctor's appointment. Apparently my site is a little broken. I'm going to stop sharing here real quick and I'm going to pull it up. Sorry, guys.
All good. Oh, good. So guys, just a reminder, if you want to check this out, you can go to getoiling.com/custom site. Also, if you're here live, check out the chat. There's definitely a few people here who actually have custom builds that Jessica has done, as well as our guest here today, Andrea, who have great things to say about what Jess has done. Her sites are really pretty.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so this is just one of them. We'll link a guide to it so people can be getting some freebies. And then we kind of just go into a little bit of, oh, and this is the story. Let's go to the homepage. I'm apparently a hot mess today. Sorry about that, guys. So this is your homepage. Most of us
don't work from our cars, so
yeah. I'm thrown for a loop. So again, like this is your homepage. We'll obviously brand it to your colors. You don't have to do sunflowers. Like if you like lavender or if you like the mountains, whatever, we'll brand it to how you like to be presented. We'll change fonts and all of that. So this is just basically a template. And we can change it like this is just jibber jabber. My daughter is super excited about the custom builds. You can't hear her in the background. And then again, your guide's popping up, and then we will link it to your blog. And this is that healthy living is that template page that I was talking to you about with all of the links to our products. For some reason, I promise this does work. For some reason though, my buttons are not working in the car because I made sure all these were linking correctly. And and it's just exploring the product. So if you go down to basic oils and you click on it, it'll take you to, hopefully, yeah. And I know these work. It must be just
It might be cookies on your device or something.
oh, because I'm working on a different device, probably is what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, go to the website, check it out. I would love to work with you, and I promise I will make sure all of your links are working and functional before they go live. Gotta love bloopers, right?
Yes, that's yes, we do love our bloopers. We love our babies, we love our dogs, we love our bloopers, and we love your website builds. So you guys go to getoiling.com/custom site. I'm gonna Jess, I'm gonna go back and open this share my slide here again, just so everyone can see. Getoiling.com/custom site. Guys, if you're brand new to GetOiling, you don't have to have a customized website out of the gate. Just get started using our system. But once you know you are ready to customize and really make this your own, it could look just like you want it to, just like you would if you went to a Wix or a Squarespace or a WordPress or a wherever. You can have your own custom site on your GetOiling, and Jess, as she shared, can help build it for you. That's getoiling.com/custom site if you'd like to chat with Jess and see if that's a good next step for you. Now we have another really exciting announcement. Jess, is there anything else you want to add there before we move to the next one?
Nope, I think your next announcement will cover it.
Okay, excellent. So great, guys. Just cannot recommend Jess's work enough. And check the comments for proof of that. All right, now another announcement. Really exciting, guys. We now offer VA services. So not just having your site built, but helping you to get things done in any number of different ways. Whether that's having things updated on a regular basis on your site from content providers, or working with you one-on-one to help you understand how this stuff works. If you just need private time with hand-holding, Julie, let's talk about what it looks like to work with you and how folks can learn more about that at getoiling.com/VA.
Hi guys, I don't have any fancy slides or anything, so I'm just going to talk. The VA services are similar, but just a little bit different from the custom builds. And this is people who maybe don't understand the tech as much and putting all the parts and pieces for the day-to-day tasks of your business. And that's why we're offering the VA services now. So this is going to be things like putting together your campaigns, your text and email campaigns, setting up your courses, things like that, where you want to save a little bit of time, and you don't want, if you're confused by all the tech and these automations and what the heck, and it takes you hours just to figure out how to do it. We will do that for you. Like I said, some of the options they're not limited to, and we're open to hearing your ideas, but I've done things where I've set up the campaigns. So this would be like, you send me all the copy for your emails, and I will set up all the campaigns and set up the days and everything and put all the parts and pieces together. So the campaigns, email, text, I'll set up your course. All you have to do is do your videos, send me all the links, and I will put your entire course together. And I don't really write everything, but if you send me just what you want to say, I will put it in there and make it look good and make sure that everything works, from doing entire funnels, say, this is where I want to go. And it's the same thing where I'll meet with you and kind of figure out, make a game plan of where you want to go. And you'll say something like, I want it to start here, do this funnel, connect to this, this, and this. And then I'll just put all the pieces together and it will work. I know I set up something for someone where they gave me 52 tips, and I set up a text campaign that's going to run for an entire year. And it didn't take hardly any time at all. So she's got her entire year of content all built out, things like that. Importing contacts. If you're having difficulty doing that, send me your contact list and I'll upload it and add tags. Creating forms on custom pages. Say I want a form on this page and I want to say this, I'll put it together for you. Blog posts, send me a picture, send me your copy, and I'll put the blog post up and even schedule it out for months. And you'll have all that work done ahead of time, so then you can concentrate on running your business and not these day-to-day tasks that just seem to suck up your time. So how to get started with this is to go to the getoiling.com VA, and you fill out the questionnaire, and then we'll set up a time to talk. and you tell me exactly what you want, and I will send you a quote, and we'll get it knocked out.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
Ashley?
Yeah,
And
no. Go
if
ahead,
I
Amanda.
can say something too, Ashley, is that sometimes within that questionnaire that everybody would be filling out, there may be options where you are choosing both a website design and VA services. So at that point, what we would do is just make sure that both Jessica and Julie are on that initial call with you. So that way, both of those can be talked about at the same time. And then both of those services can be given to you as far as a quote for what would need to be done. Oftentimes, if you're doing both kinds of things, Jessica will need to get your site going first, and then hand it over to Julie, and then you would work with Julie to get your VA services completed. So yes, I know that Kathy in the Q&A is saying, does the fee for a custom build include installing a funnel, an education site, or a class? And yes, that is, it can be. We would just get you what that would cost for you to have all of that included for us to do for you. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So you guys, if you go really to either of these, if you go to getoiling.com/VA or custom build, whether it's that you need a little bit of all of it, or you need one or the other, just go ahead and get that process started by filling out the form, and our team can get together to help you reach your goals. I did see a question come in the Q&A as to sort of how this compares to Grow Workspace. We are symbiotic with Grow Workspace. We're complementary, the two of our companies. Where Grow Workspace creates content, we are the platform through which you host and share your content on your websites and via email and text and so on. And what we're offering here and what we're sharing with you here at getoiling.com/custom site and getoiling.com/VA is an opportunity to speed up that process of implementation for you if you just don't have time for it, or if you need the extra help, or need the design eye, or whatever that is that you need. So we're just really excited to be able to offer these things to you guys. So definitely reach out. Not everything is completely and fully defined, right? So like Julie said, if there are things that you need, we might not even have that on the list, and we're interested in hearing what that is. So definitely reach out so that we can figure out how we can work together to help you grow. And yes, of course, where you are working with, maybe you're also working with Grow Workspace with content, our VA, and in some cases, design services can actually help to incorporate some of your existing content. So just reach out and we will get you set up. Now, if you want to work together on a future work session like this, you want to reserve time for us to sit down and go through your website or any work that you're doing in depth. And this is working with me to get strategy in place, make sure you're clear on next steps, and that things are really set up and optimal for you. You can go to getoiling.com/website review. That's totally free, and you can get that help here live on an upcoming weekly work session. So now let's get to what we got here today to do. And that is to talk about the new shopping platform and how you can start seeing success with it. So we actually learned that one of our community members who is here with us today, Andrea, she had actually spoke in a group on Facebook, a massive group on Facebook full of Young Living brand partners. And we were just so impressed and inspired by what she shared there. We wanted to make sure that you all had the opportunity to get access to this information as well. So yeah, without further ado, Andrea, I'd love to bring you out. Let's maybe start by talking about you and your Young Living story.
Thank you so much for having me on with you today. It is an honor and a pleasure. And I share about GetOiling all the time because I have loved my website from day one when it was just a template, and I love it even more after having worked with Jessica and having it really branded to what my husband and I are doing as a whole. So huge fan, love you guys. And so, yeah, it's exciting to be here with y'all. So as far as me, I have been with Young Living since 2013, and I am a mom of 4. So Jessica, I totally understand that juggling and multitasking, it's life, right? My youngest is now 18, so I am a parent of adult children, which is a whole different thing in and of itself. But it's been amazing because Young Living has been a part of our family's life since our youngest was 11. Wish it had been since birth, but have loved the journey so far and loved getting to connect with so many people and be a part of their journey to better health and wellness, because I've not only seen the huge impact in our family, but in the lives of countless others.
Wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing that. And today we're really wanting to hear from you about, sort of your background in enrolling, maybe where you are with Young Living now, and let's talk a little bit about how things have shifted for you since the move to the new shopping platform.
Sure. So when I began in 2013, it was a wonderful time to get started with Young Living. Everything was moving super fast. And I gathered together with an incredible team, and I got my first starter kit actually at the very end of July, started sharing in August, and alongside of my team, we were a silver team by March of 2014. And so we shot up pretty quickly. And then, I was silver for a couple of years, and then I hit gold. And I was gold for a couple of years, and then I hit platinum. And then we have obviously been in a time of transition with Young Living. So I'm not platinum, and I am honestly, and I'm just going to be completely forthright with you, I am wobbling between silver and gold at this point. But the thing of it is, despite having had, I guess for lack of better words, a little bit of backtracking, let's call it that, what I'm really aware of is the products haven't changed. My love for the products haven't changed. The differences that I'm seeing in people's lives and the fulfillment that I get getting to walk with them in life, that hasn't changed. But what is changing is the way we are growing and building. And when there's a time of transition, that takes a little bit of time to regroup. And I was listening to a call yesterday with Young Living, and they were talking about when we've had such a massive transformation in our IT platform and even in management, that you can expect to see a 28% drop off in your business. And then it takes about 18 to 24 months for everything to get back to where it was and catapult forward. So I'm telling you that because I feel like my role today is to really encourage you and to say, grab hold of this. Don't forget your why you began in this business, why you have stuck it out, why you have just shown your grit, and why you have pressed forward and refused to give up. Because change is here and change is going to continue to come. And every single business that is on the face of the planet, they go through ups and they go through downs and they go through ups again. And so hang in there and grab hold of the incredible momentum that is already building because of this new platform. And so I'm excited to share some of my stories with you of how this new platform has transformed my business today. And I'm building my business very, very differently than I did before. And I think that it's important that we grab hold of what that looks like individually for each one of us. And we work within that with this forward momentum, because we can't stay stuck in the same mindsets and the same way of doing things. We've got to move forward, because the forward momentum is going to keep us moving forward.
Absolutely. What got us here will not get us there. I love that. So can you tell us a little bit about your first sale on the new shopping platform?
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy, because what I have experienced is just how customer centric this has become. And so rather than trying to promote a product, I'm really fitting things to a customer. And so the first sale for me was literally reaching out to someone and saying, hey, my monthly order is going in. Did you want to add anything this month? Because she was one of those customers, right? She would just occasionally add here and there. We talked about membership, all different kinds of ways and times, and it never came to pass. But she said to me, you know what? I'm really just not using oils. So thanks, but I'm going to pass. Quick message back. This was all via text messaging. I said, hey, no problem. I totally get that. Just keep in mind that Young Living is way more than essential oils. We're a wellness company. And so with the different product lines and things that we have, there may be something that's going to fit your need a whole lot better than oils. And you know the quality of product that you're getting. And I get a message back from her. Do you guys have makeup? Why, yes, we do. Great. Send me a link. Sent her my referral link and told her, I said, search out Savvy Minerals and see what you think. Before I could explain to her about unlocking the 24% savings, either through Subscribe to Save or 100 PV order or any of those things, within 30 minutes, she's messaging me back saying, done, ordered. And I went, great. And I'm going, oh my gosh, did she get the savings? You know? And I looked and she placed over 100 PV order. And so really it was my referral link. It was the website guiding her through. It's the beauty of the new platform. It's the simplicity of the search and those little notifications that pop up and say, hey, when you hit 100 PV in your order, you will unlock those 24% savings, or however it's worded. Simple, focused on her need. And no one was more surprised with that than I was.
That is so incredible. And I think that that's such an important way to sort of open this conversation, because I think over the last 18 months, as we've been leading into the changes on the platform, everybody's just sort of frustrated about, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, vocal people are frustrated about the website. But the crazy thing is, when you put it in front of your customers, they get it. It's a change for our community, right? But for the new customer, it's intuitive. That's amazing. Oh, I love it. And you guys in the chat, keep it coming. They're loving your story. This is exciting stuff. All right. So we've got more to get into, you guys. There are more sales to talk about here. So tell us about your next sale on the new shopping platform.
So again, keeping this very customer centric. This was another individual, same month, same time. I reached out to him, a guy. I normally work with females, right? But he had been in our home and he goes to church with us, and he'd added some things to my order. He'd gotten oils in other places in the past. He was familiar with using oils. But when I reached out to him and said, hey, was there anything that you wanted to add into my order? Oh yeah. And how did the other products work that he had gotten? And so he had loved the 3-in-1 Shutran body wash. He had loved the Genesis lotion, things that I don't normally, the lotion isn't something I would normally think of for a man, but he was looking for something for dry skin. Loves it. So in the course of conversation, just kind of introduce this idea of, hey, you're welcome to add to my order if you'd like to do that. But here's the thing, you're ordering on a regular basis, and it would really benefit you to go ahead. And even if you put just one of those products that you're getting regularly into Subscribe to Save, you've unlocked the same savings that I'm getting already. And when you place orders that are 50 PV or more, then you get to earn points on those that you can cash in for free product for yourself. So it was this very natural conversation that became a no-brainer for him. And ultimately he said, well, it would really help me if I could just kind of sit down with you and walk through it. He came over, we sat at my kitchen table, and together we created his order. And another person, over 100 PV, and he's on Subscribe to Save. And, before it was to get 100 PV as part of my volume, when they were purchasing a starter kit, that was $165 for them, right? So now he's getting exactly what he wants. He's doing it for the budget that he has, and I'm getting full volume on that, which is a win-win all the way around. Now, I will always be a proponent of the starter kits. because I always see the huge value in that and the additional savings that you get in starter kits. So don't get me wrong and don't discount those. They are still fabulous ways to roll. But with these situations and circumstances, it's just a no-brainer natural conversation that flows with the customer in mind, rather than, again, as I said previously, focusing on trying to educate on a starter bundle that this is why you need all of these things, versus, oh, you need suggestions on that. Let's talk about that. And let's really dig into what's going to work for you. They both work. I'm just loving the new option.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's so, so good. Guys, you can keep selling the kit. You can absolutely keep selling kits, but why not give people what they want? That's the key to selling things, right? Is give people what they want. And now you don't have to do the heavy lifting of having to sell. You can simply say, what do you need? And then you help them get it, right? That's just so much easier than trying to sell. And I think that's, I mean, Andrea, you've been doing this for a while, trying to help brand partners get started. One of the biggest hurdles is, well, they need to feel like they know how to sell and teach the kit, right? And you've got all of this heavy lifting to do. Well, if you've got the search feature on the website, which works beautifully, or even some supplemental resources. And you could Google this, but you could also, use your desk reference or pocket reference or whatever, and just very easily ask questions of your people and say, here's what I suggest, right? Oh, that's so good. All right. So tell us about your next one, the third one.
Well, and really quickly, to your point, I wanted to add something that Greg taught me, and maybe Greg can put it in the chat with how to do it, because it's been a game changer for me. So when I am having these customer focused conversations and they're asking me about a particular product, I can grab the link to that particular product and personalize it to me. And so if they just want to have that product and get started with that, let's go ahead and connect them with that. And oh, by the way, here's the search button in there, and you can search for additional things to add into your order. But this is the specific thing that you asked me about. So here's a direct link to it. And oh, by the way, it's already connected to me. So that has been brilliant, Greg. And I could not thank you enough for that. I have shared that with so many people. So, to answer your question with the third one, she was another person who, she comes to my house. My diffuser is running. She knows that I use essential oils. She reaches out to me. Hey, do you have anything that has GABA in it? What the heck is GABA? I have no clue. I don't use it. Do we have anything with GABA in it? That is totally unfamiliar with me. And just to throw this out there, I always tell people, it is perfectly acceptable to be able to say, that's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that, but let me find out and get back to you. I can't wait to learn more. And it gives you a place of being more trusted by them, because you're not coming off as this know-it-all. And then it also frees up people who are new to the business to not have to feel like they need to be an expert to get started sharing a product that they love, that they know will make a difference with other people. So that's an aside. But, this person came in, and she was another person who came over. We sat down, and I thought maybe we would have 100 PV order, maybe. Well, then you start looking, we created a list of the things that would be of interest to her. And then we would start adding it to the cart and see where she was at. And, how does this fit into your budget? And well, just so you know, if you get to 190, you get these gifts with purchase. And when it's subscribed to save, you also get this additional one. And that month it was Luscious Lemon, and who does not want Luscious Lemon for free? And so of course it's going to be subscribed to save. Of course, we're going to hit the 190, but then in the course of conversation, actually she wanted this too. And now we're really close to 250. And so these are the gifts that you can get with 250. And this is the value of those gifts by you placing this much more in your order. And it became over a 250 PV order for a new customer on Subscribe to Save. Because again, we met her need, we worked through her list, and then I have her list so that as she's placing new orders, well, guess what? Her follow-up order the next month was also over 250 PV. And so it's just really good to keep track of those conversations, take notes, know the things that are important to them, and then you have further conversation to have. and an ability to continue that education component as well.
That's remarkable. And you guys, just a couple sessions back, a few weeks back, here on the weekly work session, we talked about these custom forms that you can create on your site. Those are a great way for you to, with your initial conversations with people or with your follow-up care calls, to gather that information ahead of your time with someone who's going to be sitting down with you, right? It's a wellness consult, if you will. And then, of course, in your private conversations, and I'm sure that this is something that you do, Andrea, when you're texting or you're chatting, wherever, social media, you go back and you put notes in your contact manager, right? So now that when you get together and it's time for you to sit down, walk them through and share with them, you've got everything ready. You know what you can recommend them, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. And I love the back office at GetOiling. You know, I tell people I love my website. I love the back office. There's just so much that you can do with it. So agreed.
Mm-hmm. And so, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You.
Oh, I was gonna offer up the fourth one there.
Yep. Great minds think alike. And that one was just really quickly, a friend, she reached out to me, and she's another one who would regularly add to my order every 2 to 3 months. And she's like, I need these. Can you place the order? Well, sure I can. But you know, we could also reactivate your account and we can put it in subscription. And then instead of having it come to me and me deliver it to you, you know, a couple days later, whenever we're seeing each other again, it can get delivered directly to your house. Easy button. She goes, oh my gosh, let's do that. And so with that, she had gone inactive 64 months prior. And she reactivated her account by putting 1 bottle of Thieves on subscribe to save to get it every 2 months. And I think that's what's so great about this too, is that it's just so no brainer. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you go ahead and put that on subscription, get it delivered to your door, and then you don't have to jump through the hoops of, you know, pay me for it to get this or whatever. And even most recently, within the last day or two, losing track of my days, I connected with someone on Facebook. I purchased something from them through Marketplace, complete stranger. And she's ended up enrolling in Subscribe to Save with Thieves and RC. And this is like, I don't know her at all, but the conversation began out of a Marketplace sale. So I threw a 5th one in there just to say, you never know where your sales are going to come from. And that whole aspect of subscription, this is common to people. People understand subscription. It's a way of life. So the fact that we have that to offer now actually makes what we're doing in fulfilling the mission of Young Living to get oils into every home across the world so easy. So easy.
That's so good. You guys, are you loving this or are you loving this? Oh my goodness. So I think that's kind of remarkable, right? Like the network marketing model almost originated subscription shopping, I feel like, right? But we have this internal language, right? You know, it's you know, a PV order, it's, you know, it's all of our internal language, but people subscribe to stuff on Amazon and from other places all the time now. So why wouldn't you provide something like that, right? So this really is to the customer, to the person we want to be sharing Young Living with. This makes perfect sense. And so if we're going in the door and understanding that this makes perfect sense to them, I think we can be more confident and we can be more effective, right? Even if
I think we can be more willing to make the transition as well, because otherwise we're staying stuck in the way that we have done it for however many years prior to this changeover, and not realizing that this is just a simple changeover, because for us, it's like, wait, but we know it this way. And I think our brains are harder to make that transition than for the customer who's going, oh my gosh, this is great. Yeah, absolutely. Let's move forward, because it's their normal.
Yep, that's right. And change is never easy or comfortable, right? But it's usually worth it. In the big picture, especially with what we're looking at right now, These are just such smart changes that are being made by the company. And yes, of course, there's growing pains. There's things that we got to go through to get it all done and figured out. But what we wind up with in the end is something that is more intuitive and smoother and easier just across the board. It's amazing. So for someone who is, I don't know, if you could just provide us maybe with your biggest piece of advice, for someone who is getting started with selling in the new shopping platform world, what would that be?
Have conversations and truly listen. It's that old adage of we have two ears and one mouth. Really listen. And when you listen, you're going to pick up on their needs. And when you pick up on their needs, you know how to best help. And, my dear friend who helped me get started in Young Living, I learned the best conversation starter with her or through her. And it was simply, she would hear what someone would be maybe complaining about with their health or issues that they're having. And she would genuinely, with a caring heart, ask, what are you doing about that? And listen to their story and then respond with, and how's that working? Knowing full well that if they're complaining about it, it's not working, right? And then be able to gently say, well, would you be open to trying some natural options? And then with their yes, you have an open door to be able to really meet their needs versus, you hear something and be like, oh my gosh, I know what works for you. And you have to try X, Y, Z. You need to use this. Like, how abrasive is that versus just being gentle and open and conversational and just let it flow naturally. Sales, quote unquote, because this is a sales business. Let's call it what it is. This is sales, but we don't have to be salesy. We can truly care and truly come at it from a standpoint of wanting to be helpful.
That's right. That's right. That's how we build those relationships, that trust that blooms into the success and the connection that you want to see moving forward. So glad that you were able to come here today and share this with us. Thank you so much for being willing to do that and for pouring into our community this way. You guys, let's give Andrea some love in the comments. And let us know what are your goals with sharing the shopping platform. How are you going to approach your business differently from what you've learned today? Thank you so much for being here, Andrea.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, truly.
All right, so you guys, we are going to do some website reviews, but first I want to show you two things. Number one, Andrea was talking about something that Greg shared with her on how to create a link or adding a link to a Young Living product. Now, there is a link in the chat to this, and I will put this link below our replay video on YouTube as well. But I just want to show you there is a help article in our GetOiling Help Center. When you're in your dashboard, it's this little question mark down at the bottom right here. But the link is right here. And you can see where you can add a link and edit it and make it custom to you. And there's even a little video, 30-second video walkthrough that'll show you how to do this. So if you ever want to, say for instance, you're having a chat with someone and they're interested in a particular product and they'd like to go take a look at it, you can create a custom link, just like Andrea does, so that they can go and maybe add that to their cart. And you could let them know, hey, you could get the same discount I do if you purchase this much, and so on. So really, really good stuff here, you guys. Now, I want to go ahead and show you as well, and this is a shout out to Jess, as well as to Andrea and Brian. This is their website, and this is a custom build from Jessica, getoiling.com/custom site. And Andrea has this gorgeous website that Jess has created. And this is just a really, really beautiful brand. And everything that you guys are doing is just so cool. She's got a book. So if you go to the renovatedlife.net, you could go and learn more about Andrea and maybe even check out or purchase her book. So very, very cool. Thank you for being on again today. So Lynn, I would like to bring you out. If you're still here, you had requested a review first. So I would like to find you if I can. If you could raise your hand for me, I may be able to. There we go. I think I found you. All right.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
I feel a little lost. I'm trying to figure out how to get my video on so I can say hi to you ladies. So I've been involved in many, many things, but most recently, the ancient oils are really pulling me, out because it kind of overall gives us this wellness idea. And I think what I need, my whole brand is eco-inspired living.
Mhm.
And I run a global organization. So I'm always pulling from so many different areas and I'm trying to pull it together on the website. And working with Paula and just looking at her beauty of, Paula's not here, but she teaches about ancient oils. And I had been already, working on studying them. So Paula has such a beautiful, beautiful, relationship to what she's done. And I'm just curious on how to bridge the multiple things. And it looks like, Andrea, you're doing that. It's super awesome. But Paula's website just felt like if you go down on Paula's website, she's putting the bundles, which I thought were phenomenal, together. And I'm doing the farmer's market now and bringing the oils to farmer's market. And so I'm learning a lot more. I'm fairly new. I'm only a year in. And, I'm trying to think where she's got a few different things that she's putting together, but she's putting bundles together. And I think she's making the bundles on Canva, but I don't know. And I just not sure, I just want to I think her website really touches my heart, just on a gentle, kind of on a very gentle part of who I am. And, I am a pastor myself, and I'm just trying to work, I run a global organization, and 20% of my proceeds from Young Living goes to our organization. So the organization is Torch. And so I'm always baffled. Like, I don't have good photos of myself, professional photos, like it's all that stuff, it's like, okay, help.
Okay.
So yeah.
So really, first, I think everyone who has had the blessing of meeting Paula or listening to her speak, I think we all feel the same way about her. We absolutely adore Paula. And she has done a pretty extraordinary job with her website, as you guys can see here. And by the way, if you go back a few weeks into our history of our videos, she actually does have a course that she sells that will help you get into doing these anointing workshops like she does. But where Paula started, and perhaps there's a conversation warranted here with sort of where she focused first, because she really has done a lot with our platform. Paula is sort of the she's sort of a poster child of someone who is doing most of the things that your site can do, right? And I think it's really important to begin with understanding that we ought not to compare ourselves to others who started before us, right?
Totally.
And let's begin with a single page. And I think that if we can do that, and you already know what you want to say, that just goes onto a page. And then from there, you just start adding the things that you think are beautiful, that you think make sense. And then you grow over time and optimize what you do. Or of course, if you want to close those gaps of time more quickly, obviously there's an opportunity to work with our team. But really, what I would encourage you to do is to just start with one thing, right? Tell me, what do you spend the most time on in your business?
Well, right now, I've done follow-up, and I've got to put I have like 40 contacts, maybe more, from the last, 2 weeks of essential oils at the farmers markets. And I'm just really trying to figure out, I don't know the back office that well, and where should I start? And I think it's time, you get involved in a business and you do other things, and then all of a sudden this business it's the time where I have to put energy and really concentrated work now into my websites. My son has a website, myrdt.com. And so I got thrown off with that a little bit because he uses High Level. I don't know if you know High Level. And
I'm
so
not
all the
familiar.
websites there don't cost me anything. And so I can build a little bit there, but I'm still really naive about building. I
Mhm.
don't have a huge amount of resources to spend extra right now, probably to do my custom. So I really need to start at the first place. Like, what should I learn first for one page and then go to the next page? And what should I learn next? You know,
Mhm.
like give me a one,
Yeah.
2, 3. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
happening. And how do you bring your concentration? Like eco-inspired living, I've taught for 30 years. I've been teaching environment, I've been teaching health, I've been teaching. And so young living, when I came to young living, I felt like, okay, this really fits me. And I've been in other MLMs and I've, you know, kind of grown, but this is totally what I'm all about. And so I really am excited to grow with you folks and understand what Paula has done so I can really initiate my heart into my website, you know?
Yeah. So the first thing that I would always recommend, no matter, you know, how recently you got started with us, if you, you know, if you still feel like you're getting started, then really the first question to ask yourself is, what is the most important activity for the sustainment or the growth, depending on where you're at, of your business? And what you're going to find the majority of the time is that it's actually not going to pertain to what this looks like. It's going to pertain to what happens back here. And so what I often find is that the most important things that you could be focusing on from the get-go is what you have here: saved replies. So you've got emails that you can send out quickly and easily with information that you would quickly, or that you would otherwise be, you know, having to write up every time you get together with someone. A landing page set up to kiosk mode for you to use to have people enroll themselves into your system from your farmers markets and the other live events that you do. We have several really good trainings on our YouTube channel for vendor events specifically. And at any point in time, you can choose to have a landing page or you know, a custom page, whatever page you want as the home page of your website. So you don't have to have this, you know, full on, you know, Paula's fully fleshed out brand that she's been working on for years, right? You don't have to have all of that out of the gate. What I'd really encourage you to do is begin with understanding what the pieces are of your business that need your attention the most, and then identifying, you know, what of those things can I create leverage around? Can I have a pre-written email that I just edit just a little bit before I send it off to someone? Is there a video that I might be able to make that explains some kind of concept so that that's something I could put onto a homepage so that more people can understand more of what I'm about? Think about the things that you repeat often. Or the things that you find yourself needing to explain frequently or in greater depth. Begin with that, right? So instead of comparing yourself to someone like Paula, who again has been working on this for long amounts of time, for years, you know, think about what you can do today to create a resource that saves you time moving forward and that you can continue to use moving forward. And then those things, basically getting the system set up starts to make sense. Oh, I could use a page for that, or oh, maybe an online class is the right use for that, as we're really kind of tuning into what the business needs, right? It sort of becomes a bit more intuitive. But that said, there is, if you really want to go ahead and just create a custom homepage, there is on our YouTube channel, if you go to youtube.com/GetOiling, there is a new homepage template that you could use and DIY and just use Canva, and we've got walkthroughs and all of that. And I want to say, if I go to videos here, it is going to be custom homepage for Young Living brand partners, this video right here that we did about a month ago. We walk you through what could be right there. And I give you some examples. If you maybe don't have a lead magnet yet, for instance, you could use a contact form there, you know, and offer people the opportunity to get in touch with you or to sign up for an email list or whatever. So if you want to go ahead and get something in place, there's a pre-built website for a homepage that you can use. Swap out the images or keep them exactly as they are if you want to. And then, you know, just change the words to what you want to say and just do one thing at a time. You know, don't compare yourself to Paula, please, because Paula has done a lot of work. She's done a lot of work to get to where she is with her website.
Yeah, I really want to do webinars. I really want to teach. I really teach a lot. I literally have been in Pakistan the last, 4 years, and we've created a huge platform for, we had 2.5 million views. And so at one point with different workshops. And so for me, it's like, I feel inept because the technology is always holding me back. It's like, I don't know how to do that whole, process. So I just appreciate that just even the YouTube channel, I feel embarrassed, but I didn't know that was all there, so that's
Well,
how busy.
That's
it's
okay.
my life.
There's no shame in not knowing. This kind of speaks to what Andrea was saying earlier. There's no shame in saying, well, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. We should really be gentle with ourselves where this is concerned, because really all the technology should be doing is supporting things that are already happening in your business. And once that happens and you've got that sort of that flow and that system happening in your business, it begins to make sense to add on other things and to pop in other stuff. We don't need to have, so if we see somebody else has like a list of these things, it doesn't necessarily mean we need that list of things, right? Like if your neighbor takes 7 different supplements, we all know very well that you don't necessarily need that same list of supplements. Maybe you just need this one, right? And what tech is a supplement for what you're doing manually. And then you eventually, and over time, you start to create things that can function on their own, things that can run on autopilot, which is great. But we just shouldn't necessarily have the expectation that that's how things work out of the gate. It really is helpful to just go ahead and create things that'll support you right now, so that you can just moving forward have, just one thing at a time, right? So maybe start with creating a video about your ministry, what you do, what you're about, so that that can be put onto a page. And we've got tons of tutorials for this. If you want to actually schedule, if you go to getoiling.com/website review, we can, you could give it a shot, and then we can work together on making any kind of edits and that kind of thing on a future work session if you'd like to do that. But just real quick, because you mentioned, hosting live calls. Whenever you want to set up a live call, you just go to Zoom meetings here and create one. And while it's not a webinar, like we are on a webinar currently, it is a meeting, and you do have a good deal of control over how it functions. So you can create an event here, and then once you create it, you can send that link out via email or social or however you'd like to share it. And you can actually be, hosting events using GetOiling, even using that. If you just by comparison, our basic level plan is what, like $29 a month. That is like Zoom costs half of that if you were to just have a Zoom subscription. So if you use our Zoom meetings and then, our contact manager, a good contact manager is typically a lot more than $15 to $20 to $29 a month. Then you're getting your money's worth at basic. And then you just keep adding on. And before you know it, you're saving, hundreds of dollars. But again, you don't have to do everything, not all at once. So I would really, I'm sorry, what?
Sorry. I guess that would be one question. I just went up to the $39 package, and I probably should slip back and just get the basics and get it down. But I guess that would be a question. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to create money, and I keep spending money. So because I think I can do it. But do you suggest that I go back down to the basic? Just to learn?
It depends, right? It depends on your business. And do you need, are you ready for branding? Are you ready to set yourself up for branding? If that's the case, you're gonna have you're gonna have what you need at premium,
okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
You could add on to basic, but
I'm ready to brand. Yeah, I
There you
really
go,
want to
yeah.
brand.
then premium is where you want to be, because now you can have multiple pages, all of the branding is unlocked. Like that's really that's definitely what our recommendation would be where that's concerned. So dig into those videos. Now you know about the YouTube channel. There's so many walkthroughs, and specifically that one, you can literally download a page that I've already made that you can change out images on to your liking, and just, kind of follow along and give it a shot. And then, getoiling.com/website review. We can hop on and work on it together too.
Thank you. I need that.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ashley. Thanks,
Absolutely, Lynn. Thank you for coming out. All right, so you guys, I want to go through, we've got some Q&As here. I'm sorry that we can't get to everyone who popped in for the website review today, but please make sure you get yourself on the calendar for a future call. GetOiling.com/website review. These are available well in advance, and you can reserve a spot for yourself next week, the following, and so on, so that you and I can sit down together and go over whatever your questions are, however it is that you need to use the system. But I do want to answer a couple of questions here real quick for those of you who are here in the Q&A. So first, Diane, you say I have a thunder thigh in my Young Living team, 50K plus in one leg. I'm needing to take my second leg to 4K. What would my daily work schedule look like to reach the extra 3,500 ASAP? Okay, well, number one, you're going to want to reach out to that smaller leg, establish those conversations, offer a wellness consult for anyone who's in that leg, and then have that opportunity to walk through with them, setting up an order and using the shopping platform. Always start with what you have. Begin with gratitude for what you have, and then go see how you can uplift what you have. From there, you go out to who you know, right? So we're radiating out. So what's closest? Our customers. Beyond that, people who we've maybe spoken to before. You now have a new reason to chat with them. If you're in the US market, you've got the new shopping platform, you've got a reason to reach out to people who maybe didn't purchase before. Now they can just go get the thing that they want, and they can do it on their own. They don't have to start with a kit. They can just get that one oil that they want, and then see and let the shopping platform tell them, oh, you could get this savings and this gift. If you spend this much more, you get free shipping. Let the website do that selling for you. Right? So start with your customers, then move to people who are your leads, people you've already shared with, and then reach out to your family, right? Reach out to your family, reach out to your friends. And then beyond that, you are reaching out and making friends on a daily basis. So you've always got more people that you can share with. And that's basically it. So what your work would look like is really a lot of outreach. And I wouldn't rely super heavily on things like automation. I would definitely maybe send out an email to everyone in your leg. So go to your tree viewer in your contact manager, click it and open up and find that leg, and then email the people who are in that leg and say, you know, hey, this is just as exclusive to you. I want to offer a wellness consult so that we can help get you on track for your goals going into the close of this year, or, you know, if you're watching this in the future and recording anybody, like wherever you are in the year, then you're just basically re-engaging your people. That's going to be the most important thing to do. But from there, just be using your contact manager, take notes. Who did I reach out to? What day? When should I follow back up with them? Or rate the contact and let the contact manager remind you to follow up in a week or a month or 3 days or what have you. Okay, Krista says, how do I resend an email just to those contacts that didn't open the original? I plan to send an email to all my contacts, 200 on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays, send the same email with a different subject line to those who didn't open the email sent on Tuesday. Hopefully there is a way to filter. Okay, so if you're going to be sending a regular email out, that's going to be the same thing, please make a saved reply. Number one, make a saved reply so you can just drop it down after you've selected the contacts. Now, Greg, I'd like to bring you out for this, pretty please. If we want to say, okay, we've selected this 200, this was sent to the 200. What are the steps that we might follow to ascertain who didn't open so that we can resend 2 days later?
Sure. So in the context menu, there's a messages link. And if you find the messages, or there should be one line item for the 200 messages that you sent. If you click on it, it'll pop up a little window showing you the email as well as some delivery stats. And there is an opens column in there. It's called unique opens. Basically, that's all the contacts that have opened the email. And so you can click on that number, which will take you to the contact manager and show you all of those. So at that point, you could tag people, tag all the people who did open it, and then you would have to go back and run a new search and exclude the people that were tagged with that tag, and then of course combining it with whatever original search criteria you had. So that is the way that you can do it. You'd have to add that tag to those who did open for that. So hopefully that helps.
Okay. Yeah, so if you've got a tagged list that you're sending to first, then you're going to be searching for them and then excluding this new tag of people who opened is what that would look like. Okay, yeah, and just please make sure, again, if you're ever going to send something twice, make a saved reply. It will make your life so much easier. Okay, so there's a question here. Is a PSK only available for new customers? I don't think that's true in the US market anyway, but if somebody would like to pop in the chat and confirm that that is true, so we can make sure Dana has the correct answer there, anybody who's an expert on this, the PSK, I believe, remains available for customers to continue to purchase. Anyone can purchase a PSK, yes. That's what I thought. Wonderful. Okay, so you guys, we're gonna make sure that it's available in shop only, Karen says. Okay, so yeah, guys, this has been amazing. Thank you again to Andrea for sharing these stories about using the shopping platform. Remember, you all, if you need help with getting your site set up or keeping things running, setting up your member area, whatever that might be, you can go to getoiling.com/custom site or getoiling.com/VA. And we can get the ball rolling working with you and closing these gaps. And of course, if you just want a little bit of feedback, a little bit of help, getoiling.com/website review is where you can get dedicated time and space on a weekly work session just like this for us to look at your work together. If you can't be here live, all you got to do is say, I can't be there live. Here are my questions. Here's my website. And we're happy to do this for you for the recording as well. So definitely make sure you take advantage of that. That's totally free. All right. You guys, thanks for being here. Let's go back to Brady Bunch mode so we can see everybody. And we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.